coach open with a statement.
Just really proud of the fight that this team showed, particularly the pitching staff. I thought Aspen gave us a great start, and then Kenley holding it down for 5.2 innings. And I thought, Annie did a great job, coming in and finishing it. And they gave us a chance and kept us in it so we continue to fight. And, it's a great team and a great pitcher over there in Ashley Rogers. And you wish we could have found a way to break through a little bit quicker there. But, really, I think it just turns into a mental battle at the plate. And it was just one team after another trying to find a way to break through, throwing punches. But I think overall, the positives to take from it, we pitch like this. We use a staff approach next week going into postseason. I think we're going to be a really tough team out there. So really proud of the pitching staff. I know they really pride themselves on having each other's backs, and they showed that today.
Any questions?
So this is for you, Coach. Amanda Ayala, one of the hottest hitters in the Tennessee lineup. You held her to, 0 for 5 with the fielder's choice?
I believe so, yes.
So, that's a great accomplishment for not only your defense, but for your pitching staff. So how does having that kind of performance today with her take y'all into playing some really good teams in the postseason?
Yeah, I think it's really what playing in the SEC does. Week in and week out. Every weekend feels like a super regional and feels like postseason. And you get hitters like Amanda Ayala, Kiki Malloy, Zeta Pooney every weekend on every team. And that's what's fun, that's what's challenging, and that's what's going to set us up for next week when we get to go out and finally play someone who's not in the Southeastern Conference. And then it's, a chance to go out and compete against another team that we haven't seen all year long. But we're excited. I think it sets us up. It helps us to be competitive. It helps us to really work to pitch to a plan and have different ways and pitches that we can work to get different, really good hitters out. And I think, whether it's Ayala or Pooney or Ivy Davis, they've got a lot of weapons in that dugout over there. So it's great practice for our pitchers. I thought they did a good job of, working with Coach Josh and pitching to the game plans and using their defense behind them as well.
Right, so switching gears to the offense, you only had 3 hits against a really good Ashley Rogers. There are going to be some really good pitchers in the postseason. So what kind of message do you have to your team going into this week of preparation into the selection show?
Probably just the same message that we've had all year long, and, learn from it and then bounce back moving forward. I thought, really the last few games we started to get on a roll offensively again, and just kind of using that, hat tip to Ashley Rogers. She's an All-American. She's a great pitcher for a reason. But use that, learn from it, learn how we could have, we'll watch it back, see what adjustments we could have made sooner, and use that to move forward so we can be prepared going into the next week.
Yep, overall a great game in my opinion.
Thank you. Sorry I pushed everybody behind again.
For those of us on Zoom, want to raise your hand if you have any questions. Theo, I start with a question.
You mentioned the impact this could have down the line. Where do you think this team's resume stands right now as you head into the selection show after the season that you guys have had?
I think our resume is going to look pretty good to the committee, I hope. We've, even with an 11th place finish in the SEC, this conference is so tough, and, we're right in the mix of it really, through the last couple weeks. But top 4 strength of schedule across the country. We played the number 4 strength of schedule in the country, a top 30 RPI. Just really have tested ourselves every week, starting from our first weekend out in California, opening up with OU and UCLA. And that was really all for this reason, for this moment, for this week, to get us ready for next weekend for postseason. And I think, we've grown a lot over these coming weeks. We started out, had to learn a lot about ourselves in California and take those lessons and really continue to grow from there. And, really proud of all of them, the pitching staff, Kenley, just they've grown in their confidence and their approach and their ability to lean on each other. And, I think that's what's going to set us up for next week. And I'm excited to see where we get to go and what we get to do in postseason this year.
Question from Robbie.
Yeah, this is for Paige. Finally broke through with a leadoff runner when you got that hit in the 13th inning and then the double play right there. Just how frustrating was it to not be able to kind of cash in there?
I knew that my team had our backs no matter what. Yeah, it was a stressful situation and kind of a slightly momentum killer, but I had all faith in our pitchers to get it right back the next inning.
Now, if I can ask Kenley, when you come in there in a tough situation, having to face a lineup like that and threw up 5 2/3 innings of scoreless softball there, how much confidence did you gain from that, facing that lineup and having that success?
Honestly, it was kind of like a moment where it's like you're back because I know that I have this potential. I practice and pitch against some of the best all around the country, in practice, and then we come into the SEC, and it's kind of like what Coach Ricketts said. It's like you never get a weekend off. So knowing that I did that, it's kind of like, oh yeah, like let's go to postseason. So.
Eric, with a question?
Yeah, but Coach, what do you take now from these 2 games, playing all the innings that you did, and look at it now going into next week for postseason, maybe some things you want to see your team improve on for next week?
I think we really kind of ride the momentum. The last couple weeks of SEC, we were struggling to get on a roll and to play, Bulldog softball where we were aggressive at the plate, where we played good defense and pitched it well in the circle. And I thought, through both extra inning games, we really did a good job of that. And I think it's just continuing to use that, let it propel us forward, use that confidence, and really just, continue to do it for each other. And, like we talked about yesterday, we like when people count us out. And, just like it was against LSU, against Tennessee, the 2 times we faced Rogers, they both ended in run rolls. And, we were determined to go out there and compete. And I thought, even over the last month since the last time we saw her, we did a good job with that. So continuing to learn, continue to work forward, and, just let this be kind of the momentum shift that we've been looking for the last month of the season. I think that's what this tournament's going to be for us moving forward.